Welcome back, friends, to the Technowits channel where I publish technical videos. And I'm recently working on Active Directory tutorial. And currently, my last video were on FSMO roles, Flexible Single Master Operations role. On forest level, I covered Domain Naming Master and Schema Master. On domain level, I covered infrastructure master and PDC emulator. So if you follow my podcast or the playlist, you can find all these videos there. And in this video, we will discuss about the FSMO role, which is on domain level, and it is very important role, and it is RID master. So RID Master FSMO Role. RID stands for Relative Identifier. So let us begin the video. Okay, so in this video we will look into the contents where we will discuss the overview of RID Master, key functions of the RID Master, locating the RID Master and where the database keeps it RID pool. We will look into the global RID pool, what is global RID pool, and how allocation of RID blocks works with different domain controllers. What is the importance of the RID master and global RID pool limit, how many RID pools or how many security identifiers the RID pool will have, how to monitor the RID pool usage, transferring the RID master FSMO role to like transferring between different domain controllers. And today we will try to use the NTDS util tool as well and see how it works. So let us start with the video. Let us start, continue forward. So first is overview. What is a RID master? So the RID master, relative identifier master, it is called. It is one of the 5 FSMO roles in Active Directory. It is responsible for allocating relative identifiers to domain controllers within a domain. So what is actually a relative identifier? So suppose there is, so if I take you to the architecture, suppose this is a domain that we will consider. This is okay, so I have marked as from the last video. So suppose this is our RID master. It maintains a pool of RIDs, relative identifiers. It allocates a block to all the domain controllers inside it. So this, the RID master, will allocate a pool to him itself and a pool to all the domain controllers. So when there is an object created on any of the domain controllers, suppose you are creating a user account here on this domain controller, it will add a security, a unique identifier to that object, which is known as SID, security identifier. If I show it to you in the real scenario, so I'll take you to the machine. And here I open PowerShell. And we will put the command get AD user, get AD user, and it will ask for a filter. So, okay, first, okay, filter will put asterisk, will not apply any filter. So with all these are the users, these are all users mentioned with their attributes like distinguished name of this user is root admin, object class, object GUID. However, we are much interested in looking at the SIDs right now. So you see these security identifiers. Many a times you would have seen it like there is a group, there are users added, and you are not able to find the exact display name of the user, which is this. Rather, you find the security identifier S1521, this number, this number, this number, and 500. And if you see for any of the users, this number is not unique. A display name can be duplicate, but the SID is not duplicate. So this security identifier or SID is provided by the RID master, right? And how? Because user account creation you are doing on different domain controllers. So the RID master will send a block like a block pool to other domain controllers, and based on that pool they will ask, they will create the objects. If once that pool is exhausted by a subsequent or a member domain controller, it will go back to the RID master and it will ask for a new pool. So RID master manages the global RID pool as we discussed that we will look into. Moving next, so what are the key functions of the RID master? Allocating RID pools. Every object in Active Directory has a unique security identifier. So we looked for the users, and if we look for groups and computers, so get AD group, sorry, get AD group, enter, filter with a star, and these are the group names. So you can find that there are SIDs added to these groups as well. And if we get like get AD computer, and it will list all the domain joined computers. So you can see this computer objects have the SIDs created, whether they are like client machines or domain controllers. Everybody has like every object has like the SID. So if get AD user uh, filter star select object um, SID, if I do that, so you see it will list all the SIDs only, and you can see this portion till 7.1 it is unique. However, this section is not unique. It is so this is the RID pool which is allocated to this domain controller, this particular domain controller. Okay, so we saw the SIDs. Now let us understand what the SID means. Okay, so got locked. All right, let me open a notepad for you. Notepad, okay. And I bring it here. So let me copy one SID Let me copy one SID. Oh, okay. So you see, this is the structure of the SID. So there are blocks, one, two, three, and like this, right? So you see it. So S here, this S is the initial character identifies the series of digits that follows as a SID. So it is just telling you that it is a security identifier. One is the revision level. Every SID that is generated within a Windows environment has a revision of one. So this one is the revision level. So far, so good. Five. You see it here, five. So what is five? Five is third character, and it is the issuing authority identifier. So the authority which generated this identity, 5 is the issuing authority identifier, and most SIDs will have Windows NT issuing authority number of 5. So 5 means this is this is showing you that it is a Windows NT issuing authority. So if you have worked on Active Directory on Windows, you know it is the before the Active Directory was completely in place. It was Windows NT which was managing the identities and objects. Now, the next character is 21. 21 is the fourth characters and it identifies the service type that the generated the SID. So service type that generated the SID, what it means, SID that are generated from domain controllers will contain the character set as 21, while built-in accounts may have other character sets such as 32. So built-in, if we see, do we have a built-in account or a built-in object? So we go to root.local and see built-in, and if users is a group built in security group. Okay, let me copy this group name and we'll go back to the PowerShell and get AD group. That was a built-in group, keep in mind, identity, and we will put the group name, and you see the SID which is coming has 32, right? So it is built-in group, while when we deployed the domain controller, so it created this built-in group. That is why you do not see much of the value. So let us copy it and bring it to our notepad. So 21 is generated by domain controller. However, built-in accounts might have 32 as I mentioned. So 32 means it is a built-in account. Now this identifier is important. So this long string that you see is the unique part of SID for a domain. If you are working with local accounts, it represents the unique SID of the computer. So this SID is of the computer. So let us do one thing. I have two domains here. What we will do is we will create one account on each of these domains, right? So cancel it, and new user, and we will name it root tc01 user. Okay, and logon name I'll put rdc01. We will not log in, so don't worry. And Password I create. Next. Passwords do not match. Okay, sorry. Okay, next. Finish. So this root DC user is created. On DC2, we will log in first. Sorry, because the windows keep on timing out. Okay, so here we will right click and click new and user and name it root DC02 user or DC02 user and click next. Must change the password, remove. This is not the best practice that you should do, but I'm doing it for just demonstrating it. So now I have two users, root DC02 and another domain controller created root DC01, but they are in the same domain on root.local domain. So let me find get AD user, um, filter, name, filter, what? Just filter root and star. Let us see. No. Okay. Get AD user, filter, name, like, root, and star. Okay. Am I doing it right? Okay. So I found name root admin. That was an account that we created. So we will leave this account. Let us copy it to our notepad to understand it better. So copy and bring it to the notepad. Expand it. Okay. Distinguished name is root DC01. So we are where? We are mainly looking into the SID. SID is S21 2026 43414. Okay. 1639252211 332 371. So till here because they are from the same domain. But this number you see it is 1108 and 1601, right? So what is this 1108 and 1601? I'll explain. So and now to understand it better, uh, this command we will run is diagexe test read manager v. So we will see here starting this we are running on DC02. So we will copy it from till here. Sorry. Copy it here and let me go to the notepad. So this is on DC02. This is how I'm explaining it step by step, and let us make DC01. So same command you need to run on DC01. This is so open PowerShell and run sorry dc diag.exe test manager test read manager -v for purpose. So if you do that starting the RID manager on DC01. So this is the information we are getting from DC01. So you see here, available RID pool for the domain is 2100 to 107.37.418.23. Available pool for domain is from 2100 to this. So this both these both the domain controllers are telling you this is the available RID pool in the domain, in the complete domain. Root DC02 root.local is the RID master. Root DC02 root.local is the RID master. So both the domain controllers know who the RID master is. DS bind with RID master was successful. DS bind with RID master was successful, which means they are taking the uh, pool, the RID pool from the RID master successfully. So read allocation pool is 1600 to 2099. Here, read allocation pool is 1100 to 1599. So it is giving almost 1600 to 11 to 1599 is kind of 500 RIDs, which is like 500 pool 500 SIDs can be generated by this domain controller DC1, and 500 can be created by DC02. So again, this difference is almost like 500. So 500 RIDs are getting assigned in one pool. So all the domain controllers will be able to do 500 RIDs. RID previous allocation pool was 1100 to 1599. So which means it has not depleted, right? So the all the RIDs were never used. So in this case, if suppose you create 500 objects and 500 RIDs are used completely exhausted, so this DC will go to the RID master and ask for the another pool. Then it might come like how it will come like. So it will come like is 2100 to 2100 to 2499. This will again be 500 and 2499. Am I right? Doing it right? So 2100. So forget it. You understand. It would be 400. So it would be 2599. Right? Okay. So you understand basically. Some mathematical calculation is needed there. So don't worry. And previous allocation pool will be 1600 to 2099. If the previous allocation pool and the RID allocation pool is same, which means 500 never exhausted 500 RIDs. I hope that is clear. That is what my understanding is. If you have a better understanding, just comment it. And yeah, and you can correct me if anywhere I'm wrong. So there might be like if you need this is where I'm discussing the FSMO role, right? So this is a basic understanding of how the RID master FSMO role would work. If you want that I create a detailed video on how like what actually are RIDs, how to increase the RID, how the pool will get depleted, and all topics on all these um, topics like videos on all these topics, please put a comment if you are if you want to know it in deep. I'm moving faster because once I complete the FSMO role, then we have to do the OU creation, user creation, group creation, and then we have to integrate it with cloud because the subscription that I have for cloud is good for 30 days. So I'm going fast here. If you want me to explain the SIDs, RIDs in detail and how you can use ADSI edit to modify these pools so we can create it in future. Yep. Okay. So till here we are good. So we understand it now. So what happens in a multi-domain architecture? If you are using a multi-domain architecture, there are multiple domains, right? So what happens exactly? So my question was, a question is, if the domain is in multi-domain architecture like as mine, this in a forest, I have the poem story domain, I have ByQ's domain. So actually the RID master on each domain level will have a pool of RIDs. So it might be possible that this root DC, the RIDs on this root DC, this domain and this domain might conflict with each other. However, as I explained earlier, the difference that will make is this long character. This is your domain identifier. So if you have multiple domains, this will change, right? And then the allocation will start from this number. However, this part, the third block, which is there in the SID, will differentiate between the objects. I hope I am clear on that. And then we will, yeah, I think that we discussed, and we discussed the transfer. So transfer is like simple. If you want to transfer the role, you have to go to the domain controller, you connect to the domain like we did for all other roles. You can watch other videos, GC01, and then you right click, you go to operation masters, and it currently the role is on DC02 and the role is on DC01. So you have to do it. When do you change this role? It is actually like suggested and done when you want like to transfer this role on a stable computer with or in case when you will change this role. So actually in reality, if everything is working fine, if you run DCDIAG and everything works fine, in that case you do not need to change actually. But if this the domain controller holding the RAID master goes down, or so if it is down or it breaks down and it is not recoverable, then you can not transfer it this way. Then you can seize the FSMO role. So let us do one thing. Let us currently, who is our RID master, get AD domain. You'll find it. Uh, Select object RID master. So currently the root DC01 is the RID master. So let us go ahead and turn power this off. So what happens when a RID master is not available? So if a RID master is not available, now what this RID master has done, it has already allocated the RID pools to the following domain controllers. If it is not available, 500 SIDs will be created, 500 objects you can either create, delete, like in its lifetime. After that, you will not be able to manage this operation. You cannot create any of the objects because the RID master is down, and when your domain controller tries to reach to the RID master and tries to fetch the RID pool, it will not get a new pool, so you cannot create the account. Now I will be testing the NTDS util tool to seize the FSMO role. Okay, because our this root dc01 is no longer available. So if I run dc-diag .exe test RID manager, so dc02 passed the test successfully. Available RID pool for the domain 200. Root dc01 is the RID master, but you see here it is stuck. Now it is not able to, so it is not able to fetch because my root dc01 is offline, which is our RID master. So this is one of the utility dc-diag to check the RID master. So what we do in this case, we'll come out of this window, and we have to actually transfer the FSMO role to this PC, like this domain controller. So what we will do, the command is move AD directory server operation master role identity operation master role RID master force. So if we do that, it will transfer the FSMO role. So it is root dc02, enter. Yes. Now let us see what happens. So it is trying to make, so actually it is not transferring the role now. It is making the dc02 the RID master, and it is stuck again. Okay, let us see. No, it will take some time because if you are making it a RID master, now it will allocate the pools to the other domain controllers and itself as well. So let us see how it goes. Is it stuck forever? Don't think so. Some error till you need to wait. If till the time this cursor is blinking, we need to wait and see. So if this is not working, we will go ahead and use the NTDS util tool. So okay, so it ran, and now if you run dc-diag.exe, now it connected, and now it is back with the information, and you can see this RID pool has changed. So every time you create or transfer the role to a different RID, you will be able to get the information. Okay, now let us start NTDS util. Okay, so I think that was, so you type here NTDS util in the NTDS util.exe roles, and we will enter the FSMO maintenance role, and now FSMO maintenance, we need to do connections and server connection, and you need to type here connect to the server name or the domain controller name. So in this case we have root dc02, connect to root dc02. Okay, invalid syntax, invalid syntax. So connect to server root dc02. Now it is binding to root dc02 is done. Connecting to root dc02 credential of locally logged on user, so it is connected. On the server connection, if you type quit, it will enter the FSMO role. Now at the FSMO maintenance window, type transfer RID master. Okay, now it prompted, are you sure? You need to do yes. Now FSMO maintenance, you need to type quit and quit again, and it will quit out of the NTDS util tool. Now if you check DC, dot exe, dcdiag dot exe, and test RID manager v. Now you'll get the information. So I hope this was clear how to transfer the or seize the FSMO role using uh, entities util command. Now, this was transfer. So let us see how do we seize. So it is more or less same. So you enter ntds util and type connections again, invalid syntax. Sorry. First you need to type roles. Okay, FSMO, and then you need to type connections. Okay, server connection. Connect to server. Root dc root hyphen dc02. It connected, invalid syntax again. Server connection. On server connection type quit. Okay, sorry, on server connection you type what I'm doing wrong. Nothing. Server connection, connect to server, root dc02. Server connections, connect to server, root dc02 dot root dot local. Okay, now it connected. So I think I made this mistake here. Did not put the fully qualified domain name. Let me see what it connected. Root dc02. Okay, so something is strange which I am not able to find. Connect to server. Okay, so it is now connected to root dc02. And now to enter the FSMO role maintenance, you put quit and FSMO maintenance seize, S-E-I-Z-E, seize RID master. Yes. So now you need to put quit. Now it has seized the FSMO role using NTDS tool. So I think so far so good. We are clear. Now we know what a RID master is, what a RID global pool is, what a RID pool is, and how it is allocated to different domain controllers. So we know it now, and thank you for watching. As I am learning while I'm creating the videos, I'm learning as well, because let me tell you very frankly, Active Directory is very vast. You enter one aspect of the Active Directory, you explore, and another sub aspect will come, and then you have to discuss it. Now, um, I'm also learning, so anywhere I make mistake, you put comments, you tell me like this is something wrong or the information is not correct. I'll accept, I will also learn and then come up with an answer to you. However, if you like this video, if it helped a bit, give us a like. It will encourage us to create more videos. Share if you think it is helpful, and subscribe, because it is not to increase the subscription, but it is because when we come up with next videos, you will get the notification. I hope it helped. Thank you and have a nice day.